What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Before we crack on with today's video, make sure, like always, if you're enjoying the content, you want to help support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I'm going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the summer transfer window for you guys to enjoy. So do make sure you have subscribed for all the latest Manchester City transfer news first and fast on YouTube. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the aim, and also don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, your thoughts of today's transfers. Lastly, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by kitbag.com. This video is brought to you by kitbag.com, who are offering you a Fanatics experience. You can buy all the latest Manchester City shirts, shorts, socks and much more when it comes to City memorabilia. You can buy all the latest kits for this season. You can also find previous season's kits as well as the new releases of City shirts for next season when they are released. You will get a fantastic deal with lots of affordable prices and discount codes available to ensure you get the best deal. You will also find access to other teams' memorabilia too, including those based in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga 1, other kits from teams around the world, international kits, as well as options for men, women and children. What are you waiting for? All links and details are in the description. And yes, I did get my 1956 Manchester City FA Cup winners retro jersey from here. Thank you very much to kitbag.com for sponsoring this video. All details and everything, they're in the description. Go and utilise that. Let's crack on then with this transfer update. We're going to start off with some contract news, whichever you want to call it. Anyways, it involves a big update on Fernandinho. Now, Fernandinho has confirmed in the press conference yesterday before the Atletico Madrid game for the Champions League second leg that he is focused on Manchester City, but he doesn't think he is going to sign a new contract, which makes me sad. Does genuinely makes me sad. Fernandinho has been a great servant at Manchester City. He's been a great player, and it will be a sad day when he does leave Manchester City. This is a player that bought part of his own transfer fee to come and join Manchester City. He wanted to play for Manchester City, and he's done everything that he can for this football club, and it's seemingly looking like his time here is coming to an end, and that makes me sad, just like it did with players like Yaya Toure, like Pablo Zabaleta, Sergio Aguero, David Silva, etc, etc. It is sad news. Now, I am wondering if he is going to give it another go at another club. I am hearing rumours from Brazil that he could potentially join Atletico Paranaense. I hope I've said their name correctly. Goal have been reporting that they're saying that they want to sign Fernandinho and they are keeping an eye on his contract situation. It is believed that Fernandinho would prefer, if he is to leave Manchester City, a move back home to Brazil. So that could be what could be in store for him next. He does believe that he has still got years left in his legs to play at a competitive level, so that does seemingly rule out Fernandinho becoming a player coach or a coach at Manchester City, at least for the foreseeable future. Now, I would hope that if Fernandinho does want to go into coaching, if he does want to stay in Manchester or come back to Manchester one day, then I would hope that Man City would leave an open role there available for Fernandinho to come back, because it would be really nice to see Fernandinho come back to Manchester City. I regard Fernandinho as a true blue. He lives and breathes Manchester City, and it would be nice to see him come back. There's a potential that he could still sign a new contract if City are willing to give him maybe a 12-month or 24-month extension. If City want to go down them lines, I think that potentially that Erling Haaland or signing a striker could be very expensive, that we're not going to get a replacement in for Fernandinho. If that is the case, then Manchester City could choose to get Fernandinho on a new contract. But Fernandinho seemingly confirming that he is going to leave Manchester City. Pep Guardiola looked very confused about the whole situation, saying that maybe Chicky was being informed of it, but he certainly hasn't been informed of it. So him at the press conference, that was news to him, and getting his raw reaction to the news that Fernandinho would be leaving Manchester City. I don't know, maybe there's more than meets the eye. Maybe this is Fernandinho's way of trying to force some negotiations between City and his camp to get a new contract sorted. I wouldn't completely rule out Fernandinho signing a new deal at Manchester City, but I would say right now it's looking seemingly very unlikely, and it's come from the horse's mouth himself with that happening. So I'll keep an eye on that one, but it's seemingly right now looking like Fernandinho Fernandinho will not be a Manchester City player after this summer. And while City have been looking at central midfielders, we may need to have a look at defensive midfielders too. And I have started just to hear rumours over the last 24 hours that Manchester City could be looking at not one but two central midfielders this summer. Now moving on to the ins, got a Julian Alvarez update. Pep Guardiola has confirmed in that same press conference that City have signed Alvarez from River Plate to use him. They want to use him. This is seemingly ruling out him being loaned by Manchester City. He said that City plan to utilise Alvarez in pre-season to see what he can do. Pep has been bigging up Julian Alvarez's been bigging up his praises and saying he's a good finisher of the football, and City want to see just what he is capable of, and that's seemingly then ruling out Alvarez staying past the summer at River Plate, regardless of what happens with River Plate's involvement in the Copa Libertadores. And so Manchester City do have the option to pay, I think it's an extra 1.5 million euros to River Plate, that if they qualify to the next stages of the Copa Libertadores, City just pay a little bit more to bring him in the summer rather than the agreement. But City save 1.5 million euros if River Plate don't make it to the latter stages of the Copa Libertadores. We'll have to see what happens with regards to the final details on the finances there, but it looks like Alvarez will become a Manchester City player. We will see him in a City shirt this summer. Now moving on, speaking of River Plate, we've got another player to speak about. Comes in the form of Enzo Fernandez. It's a new name, another day, another River Plate player. Now he's a central midfielder, 21 years old, made 8 appearances so far this season with 2 goals and 2 assists. He's Argentinian, and I don't really know too much more about him. Has anyone seen him play? Anyway, Sergio Gonzalez, an Argentinian journalist, he's been reporting for All About Argentina, has said that Manchester City have been in contact with Fernandez's representatives about making a potential move for him. Manchester City have seemingly been looking like they're trying to utilise a newly found relationship with River Plate to try and bring in Fernandez on top of already signing Julian Alvarez from River Plate. However, Sports Witness very recently have confirmed that Manchester City and the City Football Group, the CFG, are not currently interested in signing Fernandez. It's very final, that one, so we'll wait and I'll keep my eyes and ears open with regards to that. This news has come out before the Fernandinho news, so Manchester City may well have another look at Enzo Fernandez if it's a cheaper alternative and we can maybe spend some more money on defensive midfielders. The only name really I've heard mentioned about defensive midfielders is Declan Rice, although City believe he is very expensive. City have been looking at central midfielders, and we have been getting heavily linked with Matheus Nunes, of course, which I gave an update on a few days ago in my transfer update. So if you want to go and hear the latest on that, just go and watch that video. It is on my channel. Now, Erling Haaland's back in the headlines. Let's speak about him now. We've had some very reliable pieces of information put on this transfer. Marzio, very reliable when it comes to football transfer news. Let's forget about what he said about Ronaldo. But apart from that, has been quite reliable when it comes to football news and Manchester City news and transfer news. Now, he has said that City have presented their offer to Erling Haaland. It includes 30 million euros per season. Here, Manchester City want him on a 5-year contract, so that's 150 million euros in wages. Manchester City have also presented their offer to Borussia Dortmund and to Haaland's camp as well. So it would be a 75 million euros release clause. His release clause seems to be going up week by week. I've heard like 63 million pounds, which is roughly looking at around 70 million euros, 75 million euros. We're looking at around 68 to 70 million pounds. It's very expensive on top of the wages as well. And also the agent fees and representative fees are believed to altogether be added up to roughly around 70 million euros. So just for the transfer fee, agent fee and representative fees, we are looking at 145 million euros, which is near enough just as expensive as what Manchester City were willing to pay for Harry Kane last summer. Not including his wage as well. If we're to combine everything together, we're looking at a whopping 295 million euros for 5 years of service from Erling Haaland. This is a very expensive transfer for Manchester City, and this is the big hurdle, because Manchester City, they may be willing to pay that. It's one thing saying you're willing to do it, it's another actually doing that. Now, there obviously will be big breakdowns, and the bonuses and the money will be paid in installments, etc., etc. But the overall whole fee is massive. And it isn't unusual for other transfers to be like this as well. When you sign big name players from clubs that are very expensive, then everything does add up. And I do feel like with Erling Haaland, numbers are being crunched and numbers are just being chucked out there to make things look shocking and surprising. Could be a bit of clickbait being put out there by journalists to get people to speak about Erling Haaland and Manchester City and Real Madrid and Barcelona and other clubs that are interested in signing him as well. It could also be very factual, and I do know that Erling Haaland said he's not financially motivated. He's a very expensive transfer, and with Raiola as his agent, I'll tell you right now, money will be a very important factor, because Erling Haaland will go to the club that's willing to pay everybody the most, regardless of what the project is there. I'll tell you right now, if Real Madrid come out and say that they're willing to pay more than what Manchester City will, you mark my words, sooner or later Real Madrid will be firm favourites to sign him because of that important factor. So I think this is Manchester City's way of just leapfrogging and brushing everything aside and said, this is what we've got and this is what we're willing to pay. This is a first and final offer, really. If you're not going to accept that, then City will have a look at alternatives, and the alternative list gets longer and longer week after week after week. So we'll have to see what happens with regards to that. It's nice to have a bit of reliability put onto the story. So if City are presenting their offer, what we've got to wait for next is a response to that offer, which of course I've got a feeling we will get before the end of the season, because transfers take time, and I imagine everyone involved in this transfer will want this transfer done pretty early in the transfer window, and transfers take weeks and weeks, if not months, to get completed. So this will be happening in the well, it'll be happening in the background most certainly right now with regards to this transfer. So I will keep my eyes and ears open with that, and any updates that I do have, I will of course bring it to you first and fast with all the latest Manchester City transfer news through my transfer updates on YouTube. So if you are new around here, make sure you have subscribed, press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload. There'll be daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window for you guys to look forward to and stay updated with. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. 25k subscribers is the aim, now less than 300 subscribers away from 23,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. I'm actively looking for a sponsor for them daily Manchester City transfer updates. They're going to be popular, they're going to be good, they're going to be in demand once more, so a good opportunity there for anybody that is interested. Any business inquiry, just let me know through my email. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the aim, and let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below of what you made of these transfers. Lastly, go and check out today's video sponsor, kitbag.com. I wanted to give a big shout and thank you to them for sponsoring this video. Their sponsor does help to support these transfer updates and my other videos coming for you guys on a regular basis, so I would appreciate any interaction and help towards that. Just go and press that link in the description. I'll take you to the page for Manchester City memorabilia. Go and check it out. If you've got anything you want to go and buy, then go and get some of their well, go and utilise some of their great deals that they've got. They've got other memorabilia as well from other football clubs and stuff for you guys to go and enjoy and look forward to, so go and make the most of that if you so wish, and I'll see you all again very soon. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace, ciao for now.